This is the tale of Reginald Rush Bunny. Not so far away, in a neighborhood much like your own, there lives an eager little rabbit named Reginald Rush Bunny. After being confined to his home for so long, Reginald was elated when the restrictions of the pandemic were lifted, and he immediately made plans to visit some very special friends. Reginald's first stop was to the house of Natalie Nutbuster. Natalie served Reginald tea while telling him how she lost her job during the lockdown. Luckily, she was able to make some extra money on OnlyFans and didn't have to defer her rent or blow her shitbag landlord. The two of them delighted in catching up until Reginald realized that he was running late to visit another friend, so he said his goodbyes and off he went. Having been banned from non-essential activities for so long, Reginald had forgotten one of the first rules of tea time. Pee before you leave. Seeing as how he was already running late, Reginald clenched his tiny bunny bladder and continued on his way to Sandra Spinsturtle's house, arriving without a leak. While chatting over cucumber sandwiches and more tea, Sandra introduced Reginald to the cat that she adopted to keep her company through the lockdown. Then to the cat she adopted to act as a therapy cat for the first one after it became depressed. Then to the third cat that she adopted when the first two didn't get along. And to the fourth cat she got when the first two wouldn't stop fucking the third. Reginald, distracted by all the heavy petting, completely forgot that he needed to pee. They spent the rest of the afternoon together until it was time for Reginald to leave. He said his goodbyes to Sandra and her furry companions and continued on his way. Suddenly, Reginald's eyes began to itch and his nose began to run. After all of this time away from his friends and their pets, Reginald had forgotten to take an allergy pill before he left his house. Reginald's bladder told him that it would sit idly by no longer, and that it was time to pee now. He found a spot in the bushes, and satisfied that the coast was clear, began to relieve himself. Reginald Rush Bunny screamed in agony and clutched the area where his penis used to be. You see, the presence of an overfilled bladder, combined with the absence of an allergy pill, caused Reginald's urine stream to exit his body with explosive force, blowing his penis clear off. Now, let this be a lesson to all of the happy critters of the forest as they embark on social adventures once again. Go to the washroom before you leave, don't forget to take an allergy pill, and never sneeze while you pee, lest you obliterate your urethra. Be safe out there. Can I help you?
Just watching your back, man, while you drain the snake. Hope you'll return the favor, too. I gotta go something fierce.
All of the other urinals are free.
Yeah, but that's obviously some kind of setup, right? To get our backs exposed? Haven't you ever shit in the woods? You have to have a spotter. There are predators everywhere. See? Look at this fucking guy. Hey, Stripey! The singer's over there. Keep your damn eyes off my man's hog.
Please send help. I don't feel safe.
You're telling me you never know what's gonna come up behind you in one of these public shit shacks. It's like a goddamn free-for-all.
I'd like to leave now.
Yeah, sure.
You've gotta be kidding me.
Money now!
Oh, I don't think so.
Don't be stupid, Bear!
Let's just give him what he wants.
Like fuck.
Thanks.
No prob, man. You got my back?
Sure. Why not?
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Be quick, though. This is still weird.
Thanks, man.
You know, you might be right about this having a spotter thing.
Oh, I for sure am. Public washrooms are horrible. I only use them as a last resort. I held it till I pissed blood once to avoid using a portable shitter that reeked of portable shit.
Well, thanks for having my back.
And thanks for having mine. Hey, you didn't wash your hands, did you?
I guess I just forgot with everything that was going on.
That's disgusting. Can I sniff them?
What?
It's the least you could do.
What the hell are you talking about?
I mean, if you're looking to make us even Stevens, you could blow me in that stall over there.
No.
It's not hairy. It's inside me. Totally bald. You might even like it.
I knew I'd end up paying for that free latte one way or another.
You got a private crapper at home?
Of course.
You got the internet?
Yeah.
Then you don't need to be in here, do you? You could be sitting on your toilet with your door locked, shopping for new socks online, and blasting no shoes as loud as your ears can handle. But you're not. You're here. And since you've entered a room known for having multiple dongs out in the open at once, I would argue that you must have wanted to be here. At minimum, you knew what you were getting yourself into.
Just warn me before you finish. Well, howdy. I must be headed the right way.
Just past that next ridge, it'll change your life.
Another one? O tree of infinite knowledge, I have traveled from afar to seek your great wisdom.
Where's that?
Excuse me?
Afar? I've never heard of it.
I meant like a far distance.
How far?
Uh,
Did you cross an ocean?
no.
Surely you crossed a continent.
No.
So you basically just walked up a hill then?
I mean, it's a mountain. It's a lot steeper than a hill.
Oh, is it? Clearly I should have made the hour drive to seek your infinite wisdom.
I actually live more than an hour away.
Jesus fucking Christ. What do you want?
All anyone wants. Meaning, purpose, a sense that this is all for something.
And what the hell does that have to do with me?
The legends say that you provide answers to anyone that seeks your truth.
How am I supposed to know what you're seeking answers to if you don't phrase your question as a goddamn question?
Oh, why am I here? Why are any of us here? What's the meaning of existence?
You live stream yourself meditating, don't you?
What?
Never mind. Look, every asshole who clambers up here asks me pretty much the same thing. So I'll tell you what I told each of them about existence. I don't fucking care.
You don't care about your purpose?
I don't care about yours. And neither should you. You little goose sacks live to what, 80 rings? The point of your existence is the same as all of the other short-lived species. Food for bigger things that live longer.
It does feel like the universe is eating me alive some days.
I meant sharks, but sure.
I've wasted so much of my life searching for meaning.
And now you've wasted a chunk of mine.
All this time, I could have created a purpose for my being instead of just chasing one.
Yep, you wasted your whole life. Oh well, nice chat.
Thank you, great tree.
For what?
You've shown me that the meaning and purpose I've searched for my whole life has been inside me the entire time.
I definitely didn't, because it definitely isn't.
I now see that we were put here to forge our own path, and that fate is for the weak, to write one's own destiny in a manner that merely honors the universe that birthed us, as opposed to one that enslaves us to it. That is the true meaning of life.
How are you getting any of that from our conversation?
I'll be sure to tell others of your wisdom and your compassion, O great tree.
Don't you fucking dare spread those lies. Hey, you hear me, you bastard? I am sick of this endless stream of existential stupidity. Shit.
Why the long face, Carol? It's only your second week. You shouldn't hate it here that much yet. Unless... Did Jacobs do that thing with his wiener again? Like I told you on your first day, if you send an email to HR outlining the time, place, and duration of the assault, they can formally request that he keep his wiener at home.
Thompson is dead.
What? What happened?
He killed himself.
Golly, I had no idea he was struggling at all. He was such a fantastic fella. He'd never pick on me in the washroom with the other guys. He'd just keep his head down and keep on walking. I never got a chance to thank him for that. I sure will miss him around here, I'll tell you that much.
Then why fire him?
Thompson was fired?
You should know. You're the one who stapled his pink slip.
Oh my.
Getting fired is why he killed himself.
Oh my, oh my.
At least he had the courtesy to drown his cat in the bathtub first, so it didn't have to eat his corpse to stay alive.
Not his kitty? Oh my. I can't help but feel somewhat responsible.
Well, he only mentioned 2 people in his suicide note, Anne Hathaway and you. Neither he spoke very highly of.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Don't you look at things before you staple them?
Those are confidential documents. I'm not supposed to look at them. I'm just supposed to staple them.
I see. Just doing your job then. Is that it?
Of course! What else would I do?
I don't know. The right thing, maybe?
I was only doing my job.
Thompson was only doing his, and he was basically executed for it. Hopefully his mother can escape the same fate.
His mother?
Well, without Thompson to administer her daily diabetes medication, the diabetes will likely progress to its final form. AIDS.
Not AIDS!
Yes, AIDS. She'll probably be euthanized by the end of the day because of it, if she doesn't die of a broken heart first.
Oh! What have I done? I'm a monster. I'm a god. Damn monster.
Staple my dick.
No,
Staple my dick.
I won't.
You have to. You already stapled the thorn. It's official. It can't be undone. You will staple my dick.
No, I won't do it. I just won't. Ah!
What's his problem?
I told him that you were fired and that you killed yourself, and that you blamed him entirely because he was the one who stapled your pink slip.
Huh. $20 says he kills himself.
Welcome to the Drink at Night. I'm your host, Crystal Cation, and it's great to be back, folks. It's been a long pandemic, and it isn't even over yet, but things are finally starting to return to normal. Of course, by the end of this show, you'll be reminded that nothing about our pre-pandemic lives was ever normal. Seriously, we have a terrific show lined up tonight. For starters, children's author Peter Proctologist will be connecting with us via webcam to discuss his new book, The Tale of Reginald Rushbunny, which aims to teach children about keeping their urinary tracts intact in a post-pandemic world. Then, with almost everyone back to work, we thought it would be a great time to unleash our brand new undercover prank crew, whose sole purpose it is to define the line between office prank and indictable offense, so you don't have to. And finally, we'll show you our award-winning investigative team's powerful report, Answers Asked, about an increase of missing hikers searching for meaning and a legendary talking tree in the eastern slopes of the Rocky Mountains. When I want to find meaning in my life, I head to the snack aisle. Am I right? True story. I too have needed to be extracted from the snack aisle by a search and rescue team. Okay, before we get into all of that, we have a very special guest that I want to introduce as soon as possible. She's a behavioral scientist, as well as a budding glory holeologist, and she's here to warn us about the scourge that is the public washroom. Please welcome Dr. Jolene Fisht. Thanks for coming, Dr. Fisht.
Please, call me Jolene.
Jolene, I've been avoiding public washrooms since I was young, and if I'm correct, you're here to tell me that my instincts were right all along.
Oh, absolutely, Crystal. I've been going undercover in public washrooms across the world for several years now, doing research for my book, and I can tell you we have a serious problem on our hands. Drugs, assault, prostitution, gambling, street racing, dog fighting, fight clubbing, fight dogging, and of course, glory holes. You name it, and it's going down in our public washrooms.
Now, before we get into the specifics of all that, would you mind explaining to the uninitiated what exactly a glory holeologist is?
Certainly. A glory holeologist studies glory holes. We track and record things like their location, their circumference, their approximate age.
You can determine the age of a glory hole?
Yes, by taking a cross-section of the accumulated fluids that have hardened on the floor beneath the glory hole, we can count the layers, much as one would, say, count the rings of a tree.
I see. And glory holes are a problem?
They can be. Certainly the unregulated ones are.
These unregulated glory holes, am I safe to assume that their highest concentration is in public washrooms?
Without a doubt.
So then glory holes are a fairly big reason why public washrooms are failing so miserably?
Not exactly. Glory holes can be safe and fun for the whole family. I've seen very successful glory holes operated in parks, in libraries, even at funeral homes. Honestly, especially in funeral homes. But these are controlled environments where glory holings can be safely monitored. The problem is putting glory holes in places where people are intentionally unmonitored and crammed like sardines into a tiny space where the primary goal is to drop your pants and relieve yourself.
What would the solution be then? Banning glory holes altogether seems totally unrealistic.
It is. We would only be forcing them into basements and back alleys. The solution, Crystal, is to separate not just glory holes from people who are peeing, but to separate peeing people from each other. That's just common sense.
Now I can see from here that my producer Bill is shaking his head in disagreement. Come on over here, Bill. What's your issue this time?
It's a constitutional right, you know.
What's a constitutional right?
Public washrooms.
How the fuck so, Bill?
Our forefathers intended for us to stand together, united, shoulder to shoulder, in all that we do. To take that away would be un-American. If I have to watch out for glory holders as a consequence of being a patriot, then so be it.
You're proud of the long tradition we have of using the washrooms together?
You're goddamn right I am. But boys in one, girls in the other.
Jesus Christ.
What reason would someone have to piss alone? What are they hiding? It all reeks of communism to me.
If anything, it's the opposite of communism, but it's not even that, because communism has nothing to do with taking a piss so close to someone that it feels like you're holding hands on the maid of the mist.
Pissing in a group setting is a right that you'll have to take away over my cold, dead body.
Well, Jolene, we're already halfway there because octopi are cold-blooded. We'll be back with more from the Glory Holeologist and the Drinks Prank crew right after the break.